Ever notice how you just disappear from people's lives? No explanation, no warning, just gone? As a Sigma male, you're not bound by the usual social rules. You don't feel the need to constantly be seen or heard. You value your solitude more than empty attention. This urge to withdraw can confuse people who don't understand your depth. They question your silence, feel offended by your distance. But your disappearance was never about them. It's about you. You withdraw to recharge, to think, to reconnect with your inner world. That doesn't mean you're antisocial. You're capable of being engaging when you choose to be. But you understand something most people don't. Your energy is precious. You refuse to waste it on meaningless noise and shallow interactions. So you vanish. You retreat into your world, into your thoughts, your solitude. And when you're ready, you return clearer, stronger, more focused. Your disappearance might unsettle some, but to the few who truly see you, it's a symbol of self-respect and power. You're not shackled to the constant need for attention. You disappear on your own terms. That's a strength. In a world addicted to validation, your silence makes a statement. And if people can't handle your absence, they don't deserve your presence. Sometimes, you're in a room full of people, and you say nothing at all. You're the quiet one in the corner, not out of shyness, but by choice. You watch. You listen. You pick up on what others miss. While others speak to be heard, you remain silent to understand. You don't fill space with meaningless talk. You wait until what you say carries weight. And when you do speak, people listen. Your silence isn't a flaw. It's your filter. You don't waste your words. You observe patterns, emotions, lies hidden in smiles, and motives buried beneath politeness. That's your power, not loudness, but precision. People might call it intimidating. Let them. Because what they don't know is that your silence speaks louder. You weren't made to follow scripts. You were made to challenge them. Some people will get uncomfortable around you. Let them. That's their problem, not yours. You weren't born to be liked by everyone. You were born to be respected by the few who truly understand depth. And that's what makes you dangerous in the best way. And that focus of yours, that raw, undivided attention when you're locked in, it's rare. You dive so deep into what you're doing that the rest of the world disappears. Hours pass. You skip meals. Your phone goes untouched. You're not distracted. You're possessed by purpose.
People don't get it.
They call it obsessive. They call it antisocial. They don't understand that this is how you thrive. Your drive doesn't come from a need to prove anything. It comes from a hunger to understand, to master, to create with intensity. You don't waste time. You don't waste energy. You don't chase what doesn't matter. And when you commit to your work, to your mission, or even to a woman, you're all in. You're not half present. You're not faking it. You show up with focus, loyalty, and clarity. That's why your relationships are few but deep. That's why your energy can't be replaced. You've trained yourself to be undistracted in a world that's constantly begging for attention. You're not addicted to the noise. You're addicted to the purpose. Let people misunderstand you. Let them judge your silence. They'll never understand the fire you carry behind your calm. Your focus is your weapon. Your mind is your fortress. You don't need crowds to feel valid. You don't need likes to feel seen. You don't seek attention. You command respect. And that, right there, is why you don't chase. You observe. You calculate. You move when it matters. That's what makes you different. That's what makes you Sigma. You prefer independence and solitude. Your single lifestyle isn't about avoiding people. It's about protecting your peace. You understand that emotional health comes from no. Stand tall in your independence. Embrace your space. Cherish the lone wolf path. It's not creepy, it's liberating. You're unpredictable. Just when people think they've figured you out, you shift. One day you're all in, the next you're gone. Not because you're unstable, but because you're free. You zig when others zag. You follow no script, no routine, and that makes people uncomfortable. But your unpredictability isn't a weakness. It's a weapon. It's your freedom, your power, your way of staying ahead. People crave predictability because it makes them feel safe. You challenge that. You keep them on edge. One day you're deep in a conversation, and the next you're completely silent. You disappear for a week, then suddenly show up and light the room. That's who you are. You live on your own terms, and you welcome the chaos because it's in that chaos that you thrive. They might call it strange. They might call it unsettling. But they don't understand that your unpredictability is the mark of a mind that refuses to be boxed in. You don't live for comfort. You live for truth. You don't follow the crowd. You lead your own revolution. Keep surprising them. Keep them guessing. Your unpredictability doesn't make you creepy. It makes you unforgettable. You're secretive, not because you have something to hide, but because not everything is meant to be shared. In a world that posts every meal and every thought online, you remain quiet. You move in silence. You don't feel the need to explain yourself. You don't broadcast your goals or parade your emotions. That makes you mysterious, and to some, that mystery is unnerving. But your privacy is your strength. You're not cold. You're not distant. You're selective. Only a few get to know the real you, and that makes access to your world a privilege, not a right. Your inner world is sacred, and you guard it with quiet confidence. People try to guess what you're thinking, what you're planning, but they never really know. That's your edge. That. You weren't made to blend in. You were made to shake things up. You don't chase money the way others do. You don't measure success by status. You define your own terms. You build your life on purpose, not popularity. And when others see that kind of raw independence, it disturbs their comfort. They try to label you, to minimize your strength. But their confusion is not your concern. Your nonconformity isn't rebellion. It's identity. It's proof that you're not afraid to be different, to stand alone, and to question everything. And in a world that rewards obedience, your freedom is radical. Your path is yours alone, and you wouldn't trade it for anything. Authenticity isn't about fitting in, it's about living your truth. It's about honoring your individuality, even when the world doesn't understand it. When you step away from the crowd, you begin to see life through a different lens. You see opportunity where others only see obstacles. You find solutions where others freeze. You sense freedom where others are trapped by limits. Your perspective is your power. While others might label your nonconformist mindset as strange, you know it's your strength. It's your key to living a life that's genuinely yours, a life that leaves a real mark in a world obsessed with imitation. So yes, you're a nonconformist. And that's not just acceptable. That's admirable. It's bold. It's powerful. It's the spirit of a Sigma male. It's what sets you apart. So don't hold back. Keep being different. Keep being real. Keep being you. Because your refusal to conform isn't strange. It's empowering. It's the energy of the man who cannot be controlled. So own it. Honor it. And there you have it, Sigma. These traits, your quiet power, your deep focus, your disappearing acts, your silent observations, your craving for depth, your unpredictability, your secretive nature, and your unapologetic nonconformity, they might confuse the world. They might make people talk. They might even call it creepy.